Hello, hello, crafty friends. Welcome to week seven of my 8-week Christmas card making series. So today I have a super fun, super easy, right? I like all the adjectives: quick, easy, duplicatable, replicatable. This is a gift card holder. So every week I've kind of been doing a card, a gift card holder, the next week, a card, a gift card holder. So I've just been following along with that pattern. So we are up to another gift card holder, which means next week, my last week, is going to be a card. But I have a twofer for you. So make sure you come back next week. And if you want to see all the prior projects, you can find them in my library here on YouTube. Everything's posted. So this is so cute. And again, I brought in my Festive Friends, have been playing with this so much throughout this 8 weeks Christmas card making series. Also, I am using just some things from my stash. So don't be afraid to, shop yourself sometimes when you're looking for some different sentiments or whatever. So I'm using a little cheer, and that's where Christmas time is here. I really liked that sentiment. So that came from a little cheer. That's item 166121. So you might have some of these in your stash already. And then my little Christmas sentiment here on the front, I pulled that from my Jolly Holly, and that's item number 166117, because I needed the perfect little sentiment that would not clash so much when I was creating my focal image here. And I also used the most loved, most adored stylish shapes dies, 159. I can't see that other number, 159183. So from here, I did use that 2.5-inch circle. So I use that for that round piece. And then for my little sentiment there, I used that itty bitty banner for that sentiment. So I like to use multiple products from my stash so that we get to use some of the items that we purchase, and not just, one and done, so to speak. All right, so I went over my supplies, and then I used the Traditions of Christmas DSP. Absolutely love this. It was out of stock for a while, and it is back. So if you were waiting on that, make sure you pick that up. And that's it. And then I do have, which you'll find down in the description, I have a tutorial for you. It has the supplies I use, the cutting guide, and then a quick assembly instructions for you to follow step by step. So let me just push this off to the side. Let me zoom out a little bit here. I'll push this off to the side, and I will bring in all of my bits and pieces, and I'll give you these dimensions as we go along as well. Okay, so let me just set everything aside here. I need that little bit of glitter right there, because look at what we did. How cute. So here is my Santa, and I drew a line across to make like a belt, and then I just snipped a little bit of silver glitter cardstock just to make like a buckle. I thought that was a cute little add to our Santa there. All right, here is that 2.5-inch circle. So if you don't have the stylish shapes, you can cut that out on your Cricut. You can cut that out with a punch, or maybe any other die that you have. So here is all of our pieces. I'm just going to lay them out so you can see visually, and then I will point out and give you the dimensions as we go along. Okay, so this is our Secret C cardstock, and this is cut at 8.5 by 3.5, and we're going to score this in 2 places. I'll go through that in a moment. Here's our belly band, and this is cut at 1 inches by 9 inches, and that is from the Traditions of Christmas DSP. Here are these 2 pieces of our Christmas DSP, and one of these, so here is our top panel. That's the bigger one. That's going to be 3.25 by 2.25, and then our pocket panel is 3.25 by 1.25. So that's those 2 DSPs there. Again, I just used some scrap here to cut out my this is a 2.5-inch circle. And what else? Did I not have this on my... Oh, yes, I do. Our inside layer, this basic white, is 3.25 by 2¼ So then I used some scrap. That's a 2½-inch square. I used a little piece of scrap from my Secret C to cut out that little banner, and then some old olive scraps just to cut out our 2 coordinating trees from the Festive Friends die. I do want to let you know that when you die cut this tree out, do you see the inner branch there? That comes out. So in other videos, I've made the inside branch a dark brown, but I just wanted to leave it green. So what I did is I just put a little piece of tear and tape on the back that I'm going to leave there. You can use a little piece of Scotch tape. It's just actually holding that die in place because I wanted to keep it. So that is all of the pieces. I just have, because I want to create that buckle, just a tiny little scrap. I'm going to cut off a little piece of that. And that is it. Let's get going to creating this. Again, it's super easy. We just have a little bit of stamping that we're going to do. But let's bring in, I'm going to use just my little handy scoreboard that I have here. So on the 8½-inch side, we are going to score this on one end. We're going to score at, let me come in a little bit. We're going to score at 2 inches. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Then I'm just going to flip this around and I'm going to score this at 2½. Okay, so 2 score lines, and that's all we need to do. All right, now what we are going to do is just flip this over, and I'm going to fold my one side up. This is that 2-inch score line that we made, and then the top piece down. Did I score this? I think I did score this incorrect. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Hold on. Did I do this right? I'm at my 2-inch, right? And then I'm going to flip it over. I did. I scored it at the wrong. I did 2¼ 2½ is right here. That's okay because my DSP is going to cover that. So 2½. Do as I say, not as I do, right? Okay. So now we have our small piece flipped up, and now we're going to flip our top piece, because you just have to have just a little bit of overhang. See that here, those 2 pieces? That's why I knew that was wrong. So, but that's okay, because I'm going to cover that with our DSP. So now I'm going to bring in that handy 1/8 of an inch tear and tape that I use constantly. Just going to pull a little bit of that off, and we're going to put on one end here. We're going to just make that pocket. Again, this is easy. Replicate this for birthdays, any holiday that you need to give a gift card. I give lots of gift cards, but I like to make them fun to give them, right? Where is my tweezer? Here it is. I like to use that. All right, so now we're just going to fold that pocket up, and that creates our pocket for our gift card right there. All right, and now we are going to take the larger. This was the 3¼ by 2¼ and that's going to be our top layer. So I'm going to get that. This paper is beautiful. I love that side, right? It's, let me move this over. I hate when both sides of the paper is gorgeous. When it's one-sided and I'm like the other side, I'm like, nah, I don't mind using it. But when both sides are beautiful, right? I hate covering it up. Okay, so that's for the top. Then we're going to take this piece here and adhere that to our inside panel. Okay. For our belly band, we've made hundreds of belly bands, right? So you don't want it super, super tight because you want to have a little give so it moves nice and easy. So what I do is I just, lightly, see, I have a little give there. I'm not flat totally across against it. Just flap it over. Then along the back, I like to use tear and tape here because it's very strong. And I will come in with my 1/2 inch and just put a little square of this. That's all you need, just a little bit here at the bottom, right? Pull that off. And then you're just going to close. You are just going to seal that up, line it up. just like so. Okay, so see, it's not totally flat because you might want to put a billfold in here. You might want to put a little note card. So I never make it super tight so this could freely come off. All right, I think we are ready to get to stamping. So let's move this out of the way a little bit and let's get to stamping. So we are going to need our circle and we are going to need our inside sentiment. All right, and I have a piece of scrap here that I'm going to lean on because let me bring on my Santa. I'm going to take my Santa here and we are going to stamp. How cute is that? He's like peeking in, right? So that's what we're going to do. Let me just load him up on the block. And I have my memento. And really, you just need the top portion of him. You don't need the whole thing stamped up. Okay, so I'm going to come off my paper just a little. And I want to make sure I get to his eye length, right? Looks about right. Just right there. Perfect. While I have my memento out, let's get Christmas time is here. And I have that loaded up already. Stamp that right at the top. Alrighty. And we will color him now. And then we'll move on to stamping on our circle there. So for the Santa, I am using my stamping blends. I have my dark real red. I have dark basic black. I have a tri-blend that is a fair skin blend, and that's what I use there. So I like to color big things with the brush tip, but I control it better with the chisel tip. So I'm just going to, and I just color in swipes. That's how I do it. I just swipe. And I try not to hit my memento, even though it says it doesn't bleed. Sometimes I find it will if you go over it too much. So I try to just lightly tap. That's all I need for the red there. I'm going to use my light fair skin and just, again, same thing here with these tri-blend markers by Spectrum Noir. I don't believe if you went over the memento with this, I do believe they will smear. So I kind of just like lightly try to stay away from, I do a pretty good job of it. It's hard to see. This is a very light, but I like it. Okay, that is all for the inside. So now we're going to attach our inside. I hope you enjoyed this year's 8-week Christmas card series. This is the second year in a row that I have done this. And I will do it every year because it gives me, right, I need lots of gift card holders, so I get 2 every time I do a video. I have to make one for my pictures and stuff, and then I make another one live. So for me, it works out. I get to make lots of cards for my own personal crafting, and everything I make, I use in my personal stash. I'm not making things just to make it. I'm giving these cards out. These are my Christmas cards and my holiday gifties and whatnot. All right, so what are we up to next? Yapping, Stacy. All right, I'm going to bring in my stamping thing again here. I'm going to use Pool Party. And I have the snowflake this is from A Little Cheer. I also am using that snowflake right there. All right. I'm going to just put a few random around. Most of them, as you can tell, are going to be covered up, but I'm trying to have just at least 1 or 2 so that I can use a little of those sequins. So everything else really is going to be covered up. So you really don't have to do the bottom half. You can just get away with stamping the top half. Okay. Let's get one going off the side here too. Okay. I'll bring it up so you can see my lighting. I feel like my lighting is off. see if I shut this off. Better? Okay, that might be better. We'll leave that off. Okay, now what we're going to do is I already colored my Santa. So I already colored him and I used stickles. A lot of us have this in our stash, that's Stardust color. And if you can see, I used it on his pom-pom, top of his hat, and on the bottom of his jacket there. And there I drew that line. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take, I just cut, there's no size to this. Just a little, see, it's just a little scrap. Just going to cut just a little piece. It's probably all we need. See that? That's it. Just that little tiny piece as a little buckle. I have, what is this? This is a little like a little adhesive pen. I'm going to put a little dot on the back, right? This dries clear. Oh, look, it's stuck to my nail. I'm going to take it off my nail. Get it off my nail because that's not where we want it. And I'm going to just put it just like that. See? It's a little belt buckle. Cute. Love it. Just want to press it down. Okay, so that's done. All right, moving on. Now I'm going to take these two trees that I die cut out and I'm going to place them where I want. So I want this tree kind of right there. And it's okay if it hangs off, right? So I know I just need a little piece of that tree. So I'm going to use that 1/8 of an inch tear and tape, my favorite. Just going to cut a little piece off. And I'm just going to put it right here. Let me see where that was again. Okay, I'm just going to put it right at the edge here. Okay, because then the tree will stay. Did I put it up too high? Actually, let's put it on the back of the tree. No, that's good. That's good. I'm going to go with it. Pull off that backing. So you can either put it on the back of the tree or just put it straight down because I want the tree to be on the circle and then hang off. Not liking that. Hold on. I'm pulling this off. Do over, do over. All right, here's my circle. Let's get it set up. It's got to be like that. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive. I'm going to use my tape runner and just go down just like that. I think that's going to work out better. So then I can place my tree. Perfect. Okay? That's what I'm going for. I just wanted the base of the tree to be there and just a little bit on the edge. So, all right. And then this tree now, opposite, I want it hanging down and lower. So I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive over here. And that should be enough to do it if we put him hanging down right about there. Because Santa is going to fill up the middle here, and Santa is going to be popped up. So if I grab him and I put him here, so see how it kind of covers? Oh, you can't see. See how it kind of covers everything? It's perfect. All right. I know I want to make sure that's dry. Yes, because I just did this a little while ago. All right. I am going to get some foam tape. And I am going to kind of put this, well, let's put it on the back of Santa. I wonder, yeah. Perfect. Cutesy, cutesy. All right, so now this side of the belly band where the seam is where I would attach all of this to. I usually cover the seam. So I'm going to put this back on my card. Get my seam in place, kind of line it up, make sure I'm happy with where that would sit. Yep. And then I'm going to take my 1/2 inch tear and tape. I'm going to put some on the back here over that seal, again, to seal everything nice and secure. Then I am going to take my focal element here and attach it just like that. So now everything is together. I don't want to like put my hand over it and cover, so I'm trying to show you me moving it and not messing it up. Okay, next, what we are going to do is I am going to take our sentiment here and we want to pop that up. So how I did that, because I didn't want to have any adhesive hanging over, all I did was take a 3D dimensional square. I put one right on my focal image, and then I came in and put my sentiment down. So always remember, you can put your little adhesives down, your glue dots, and then come in and put what you want to pop up. So I'm just going to put that right there. Perfect. And on this one, I was able to put 2 gems right in the middle of the snowflake, but on this one I might be able to do 1. So I'm going to do 1 right there, and I'm going to do, I don't have another spot to do it, so I'll just put it anywhere. It really doesn't matter. All right, so these are the traditional sparkling sequence, 165875, and I am going to use the pool party one. So I'm going to use this small, actually, is there smaller ones? No, this is the smallest. So I'm going to put it right there. Maybe we're going to put another one right here. Or should we put one? No, we're going to put one right about here. And then we're going to take a little bit larger one and put it on the belly band. All right. Let me get everything out of the way. I think we are finished. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. But here they are. This was the one that I had previously made, and here is tonight's. And if you open them, they should be exactly the same. Christmas time is here. Here's our focal image with all of our dies. Christmas time is here. We colored Santa, have him peeking up, gift card pocket. Again, super easy, super fast. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed all 7 weeks. Let me show you just a few of, actually I'll show you all 6 since I have you with me. In case you want to go back and check it out. So here's one. This was a gift. I think this was week 1. Love this one. How fun. And it had this pull-out pocket, which is a fun gifty for a gift card holder. So I believe this was week 1. Then a card. So this was an easy card template that I had given. Every one of these weeks has a downloadable tutorial, and this one came with the sketch. So this was fun, and we did some inking. So that was week 2. Week 3, back to the theme of gift cards. So this was our gift card for week 3. Week 4 was another card. Fun. I was using the Jar of Joy. Week 5, no, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. This was 5. Yep, this was week 5, and this was back to gift cards. And this is an envelope. This is an envelope, and it had that pull out, which you can attach a gift card to. And then week 6 was another card, and this was the floating strips technique using acetate. Fun card. Very beautiful. No stamping. This was all dies. And then week 7 is back to a gift card holder. So there you have it. That's what I've been doing all 8 weeks. Well, 7 of the 8 weeks. Next week is back to a gift, back to a card. So we're going to finish this series with a card. It's going to be a 2-for-1 card. So you'll get 2 cards out of with the directions that I give you, which is great. So come back next Tuesday at 7 p.m. And if you're here with me tonight and you watched my video, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you following me. If you're new here, you can find me everywhere on social media on CraftydivaUSA. And yeah, have a great rest of your night, everyone. Take care.